Welcome back to live coverage of Tividale versus Coventry United right here on Coventry United Match Day with Liam Cook. The half-time score in this Midland League Premier Division match is Tividale 0, Coventry United 0. If minus not that much to report from the first half, but remember what happened last time these two sides faced back in November. 1 goal before half-time, 5 after the break. Let's wait and see what happens. We'll take you through a run-through of the starting lineups right now after we say a big shout-out to our sponsors at Graham the Plumbers Merchant, operating across the Midlands, following all your bathroom, heating and plumbing needs. So go and check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for your nearest store location and the latest special offers. For Coventry United, lining up number 1, Rich Morris, 2, Pierre Moodim, 3, Ben Valance, 5, Lewis Ison, 6, Jamie Coleman, 7, Josh O'Grady, 8, Tommy Glasgow, 9, Muzzy Nduna, 10, Rob Prinzel, 11, Scott Hammond and 12, John DeCory. Gift Musa did start the game but has been taken off. For Tividale, number 1, Luke Kriskinians, number 2, Tom Herdman, 3, Dara Bustin, number 4, Carl Gardner, 5, Freddie Watts, 6, Craig Stevens, 7, Nathan Jones, 8, Liam Smith, 9, Dan Smith, 10, Harvey Walker and 11, Elliot Hartley. And we're underway for the second half here at the Beaches. 0-0 the half-time score. Let's hope for an improvement in the second period. With Coventry United kicking from right to left in their all-white away strip with the green socks. Tividale in their home strip of yellow and blue. Of course, they're already down. They'll not be playing in the Premier Division next season. Long ball from the back finds Scott Hammond. Can he cut in from the left-hand side? Well, he might have done, but a good challenge made. Let's put it in towards Nduna. Pat it down for Glasgow and hooked away by Gardner. Hartley. Liam Smith gets a touch on it, but only as far as Ben Valance. But his ball to Hammond was cut out well by Herdman. Now Liam Smith. Stevens as well to clear the danger. Coleman nods it up towards Valance. Valance to Ison. Strong ball, but only finds Gardner. But the rebound's put forward by Glasgow. No one there, and that will go out for a, well, it's going to be kept in fact, by Luke Kriskinians. The Tividale goalkeeper has made more appearances than anyone for the Dale this season, with 41, including today's start. Kriskinians' clearance. Glasgow gets ahead in it. Ison tries to put it onto the right to Josh O'Grady, cut out well by Hartley. It's forward to Nathan Jones, who's been very lively so far today, but the ball towards the left wing, cut out well by O'Grady. Now it's Glasgow. Nduna. Glasgow making the run. Nduna just well to hold it up. Finds Glasgow, he's onside. Hammond on the left. Great surging run from Tommy Glasgow, but the pass cut out by Herdman. Great work from the fullback to stop a brilliant run from Coventry United. But Hartley's caught out by Moodim. Now it's Josh O'Grady. Ball down line to Pierre Moodim. Cross blocked well by Dara Bustin. Up line by the left back, but a stumble by Walker allows O'Grady and DeCory to put him under pressure, and that pressure results in a Coventry United throw. DeCory will leave it for Lewis Ison. It's going to be a long throw routine, it appears, as the sun shines bright once again in Wolverhampton. It's towards Prinzel, over the head of Prinzel. And it should have been an easy catch for Kriskinians. It's out of his hands. It's Josh O'Grady. Surely someone put it in the net. Oh, he's put it over. Kriskinians came out for it. The head of Muzzy Nduna brought it out of the control of Kriskinians. It came to Josh O'Grady, who turned, but he puts it over the crossbar. And that is a gilt-edged chance wasted by last season's top scorer. Both O'Grady and Prinzel saying, no, after you, no, after you. O'Grady eventually decided, you know what, I'm thumping this one. He thumped it a little bit too hard. And the chance is gone. And Kriskinians will breathe a huge sigh of relief. Clearance made. Liam Smith, he had Scott Hammond jumping all over him there, but he's still retained the ball. As that touches the hand of Dan Smith, it came off the head of Coleman onto the arm of Smith, but the referee says play on. Long ball from the back towards Hammond. Hammond a little push in the back there by Stevens. Nothing doing, says the referee. And Kriskinians has possession once again. Somehow it remains 0-0 at the Beaches. Coventry United in P7. Tividale the bottom of the Premier Division, already down. And we're looking to go out on a high in these final couple of games. That was not a great throw. Gardner does want to hold the challenge of Hammond and Nduna. He couldn't hold them out forever, but he's managed to release the ball to Herdman. And the long ball from Herdman tries to find Dan Smith, but a combination of Ison and Moodim in order to dispossess the lively number 9 and give it back to Rich Morris, whose kick will go straight to his opposite number 1, Luke Kriskinians. A very lively start to the second half here at the Beaches, after a rather tame first period. Kick from Kriskinians just kept in. In fact, no, the referee's assistant has flagged. Hartley couldn't quite keep it in, and it will now be a United throw just in front of the home dugout. Ison's throw towards O'Grady. He's beaten in the air by Hartley. Dato jumps on the back of the Tividale player, and now it's Muzzy Nduna who's been penalised for jumping straight into the back of Carl Gardner. And it looks like another injury, this time for Tividale. Elliot Hartley has been one of the better players on the field today. So pretty dangerous down that left wing. My Dale substitute is preparing down the touchline. The hosts have got the luxury of 5 changes to choose from. United have got just the one outfield player left after John Corey was called upon to replace Gift Musa 15 minutes in. So it's only Ryan McQuanjay and goalkeeper Jack Tragava left on the bench. And as Hardy is helped off, the game gets underway once again. Clearance by Kriskinians, head forward by Rob Prinzel. Flicked on by O'Grady. And Nduna, will he flick it on once again? Well, he tried. But the ball finds its way to Dale's Liam Smith. Walker, return ball was poor. It's intercepted by Tommy Glasgow. Put down line by Josh O'Grady. Great link-up play between Moodim and O'Grady. Moodim tries to get the ball in. Lays it off for Josh O'Grady. It's O'Grady straight into the hands of Kriskinians. At least this one was on target. Fantastic flowing move there between Moodim and O'Grady. Seen some great link-up play between these two all season long. And usually it does reap rewards. It very nearly did there. Ison long ball. Glasgow gets it from the header from Bustin. O'Grady, it's Nduna on the edge of the area. Muzzy Nduna, and there it is, nestled into the goal. And Coventry United heap yet more misery on the Premier Division's bottom side. It's been a pretty torrid 24 hours for fans of Sporting Coventry, with the Sky Blues of Coventry City going down yesterday. But Nduna and Coventry United doing their best to put big, wide Colgate smiles back on the faces of Coventrians everywhere. Well taken strike from Nduna. Certainly got a touch on the way through from Kriskinians, but he couldn't keep it out. As the red and greens in white take the lead at the Beaches. Well, Tividale got some work to do. They certainly haven't been second best so far, as Coleman hoops that one out of danger. A new ball is required. So 52 minutes in, we have our first goal. Herdman gets set to take this throw. He's got Liam Smith and Walker in support, but it's hooked away by Valance, only as far as Herman once again. Herman tries to control it with his head. Is beaten to the wall by Nduna. His clearance only finds Stevens. Stevens long ball towards Dan Smith. Both Ison and Smith jump for it, and Ison comes away with the ball, but he's given away a free kick for jumping on the back of Dan Smith. I think it was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other there. Smith backing into Ison. Ison going straight into Smith. But just a minute after conceding, Tividale have a real chance to drag themselves level. Nathan Jones standing over it. Carl Gardner in there too. A four-man wall for Coventry United of Hammond, Valence, Glasgow and Decory. Will it be enough to stop Nathan Jones? No, it will. Well, it didn't need to because it's gone straight over the crossbar. If he kept it down, it probably would have gone straight into the gloves of Morris anyway, but a chance wasted for the Dale. It doesn't bode well for Tividale. They've only scored 44 goals in the league this season. The joint worst of any team in the Premier Division. Only Wolfrunians have scored the same amount of goals. And, of course, that's strike from Muzzy and Duna, the 100th league goal conceded by Tividale in league competition this season. And Duna's going to leave the throw-in in front of the United dugout for Lewis Ison to take. Only Jamie Coleman remaining in United's half. Ison's throw towards Prinzel, nodded away easily. Decory tries to out-muscle Walker, and he does so beautifully to keep the ball with United. Coleman towards the left-hand side to come off the head of Herdman for a Coventry United throw. Stevens half-heartedly appealing that it was a home ball. Here's Jamie Coleman, the stand-in skipper for Coventry United in the absence of Chris Cox. Another long throw specialist at centre-back. There it goes. Prinzel's in there. It's easily dealt with. And once again, United look to push on again. Move him to Glasgow. O'Grady's free on the right-hand side. Blocked off. He puts the ball down line for Pierre Moudin, but it's shepherded out of play well by Elliot Hartley. 10 minutes of this second half gone. 35 remaining in the game. You get in touch with us on Twitter at CovMatchday. Let us know who you think should be our Coventry United Matchday Man of the Match. We'll be naming our Man of the Match in exactly 25 minutes' time. O'Grady holds up the ball well and looks for an option. Well, the best option he can take was going alone himself, but Bustin does well to force him out of play. And we'll by Stevens. Once again, Prinzel tries to win the aerial battle. Doesn't win it this time, but he's won the battle on the ground. Liam Smith able to shrug Prinzel off the ball. And now he's striding away for Tividale. Ball down the left-hand side. Finds Elliot Hartley in plenty of space. Closed off now by Lewis Ison. A shot by Ison. Referee says no foul. That could have easily been a free kick. But Pierre Midden will clear that one as Muzindia tries to race onto the loose ball. He's got on the end of it, but he's being forced wide, and that will go out for a Dale throw. Good defensive pressure by Freddie Watts to force the goal scorer Muzindia out. He's on his head. Not sure whether there was a clash of bonces there between Watson and Duna. Buston's throw. Garner nods it on. Smith. Walker tries to find Dan Smith. Dan Smith's ball down the right-hand side, looking for Nathan Jones, headed back to the goalkeeper by Ben Valence. Competent defending from the left-back, who of course missed the first 3 months of the season with a broken leg. Goal kick taken. Muzzy and Duna gets his headline under pressure from Stevens. Out wide to Josh O'Grady. Now Prinzel. It's cut off by Hartley. He does his best to try and stop Moodham as well. Stevens with a clearance. Walker nods it on to Dan Smith. Walker takes it past Lewis Ison when he tried to. Ison just able to get back in position and take it away. Ball down the right hand side for Pierre Moodham, just out of play. And that will be a throw in once again to the Dale. So the game's seemingly in control of Coventry United after that first goal. Seem comfortable at the moment. Pressing on, trying to get that second goal. Decory. And Josh O'Grady tried to put it over the top of the defence for Muzzy and Duna to chase. But the ball was a little bit too heavy, and Chris Gillian is able to gather it and boot it away. Once again, Rob Prinzel wins the aerial battle and brings the ball back to Coventry United. O'Grady tried to find Muzzy and Duna, Pierre Moudham. Dan Smith wins it back and strides down the right-hand side. Good tackle there by Rob Prinzel to win it back for Coventry United. Decory, Glasgow in the centre circle, caught out by Liam Smith. The battle of the number 8's here, and it's Smith who wins that duel. Gardner, pass blocked by Decory. Handball claims ignored. Ball down the right for Josh O'Grady. He's got 2 in the centre. Make that 3 with Glasgow. It's O'Grady, and it's cleared by the feet of Watts. Decory intercepts. Heavy first touch, gives it back to Walker. Walker halts his run and plays it back into defence with Bustin. His long ball easily dealt with by the United skipper Jamie Coleman. Flicked on by Ison. Prinzel. Moodham. United playing it around at the back, waiting for the right opportunity to pounce and head forward once again. Morris clears. Chest controlled by O'Grady. Over to Prinzel. Plenty of time for Glasgow. Out wide to Ben Valance. Quick chop to take it around the Tividale man, Nathan Jones. And it's Scott Hammond for Coventry United. Still Hammond. Well, he set him, not for himself, he won't. It's now Rob Prinzel. Tries to find O'Grady again, but Gardner in there. But still, Tividale can't keep the ball. They're just trying to get the ball away rather than start their own counter-attack. Well, they might just get one away now as Coleman was caught out by Smith. But the ball to Nathan Jones was behind him, and now United will come forward once again. Well, they would have done, but the poor pass from Glasgow is cut out by Hartley. Hartley out-muscled, and Ison gets his body in front of the ball, stumbles as he tries to clear. United can breathe easy as the Corey has possession. Now Prinzel. Stabbed forward to Muzzy and Duna. Out wide to Tommy Glasgow. Plenty of time for the Coventry United utility man. And Duna. Well, Gardner wasn't too happy about that one as he tried to make the challenge. They have got the ball back eventually, but not for long. Once again, United pick up the ball in the midfield. Decory takes it around Gardner. What's he going to do with this one? Lays it off for Tommy Glasgow. Will he line one up himself? Glasgow tries to find Decory. Pass blocked with a side challenge from Hartley. Ends that move. Prinzel able to challenge Walker. And United heading forward once again. It's still Rob Prinzel deflected, and that will be a corner kick. I think it was Gardner who got the final touch on it. And Glasgow has gone to ground. Referee checking on him, and the ref is calling over the physio. United have only got one more outfield player to use, and that is Ryan McQuanjay from the Coventry United under-21s, who actually beat Bromsgrove Sporting 2-0 earlier. The third change United can utilise is Jack Tragar for the goalkeeper. He may be needed if Rich Morris's thumb doesn't hold out. Of course, Morris injured that thumb 2 weeks ago against Wolfrunians. He damaged thumb ligaments. He wasn't expected to be back for another couple of weeks, but the absence of Joe Connor forced United's hand. So we've had just over 15 minutes in this second half. Half an hour of play still to go. It's Tividale 0, Coventry United 1. As things stand, the Dale's 3-month wait for a victory appears set to continue. Let's try and get some latest scores for you now from the professional divisions. It's mainly Premier League football today. The EFL teams played yesterday. Of course, one final score from the Premier League: Spurs 4, Bournemouth 0. The latest scores: Crystal Palace 1, Leicester 2, Everton 1, Burnley 1, Stoke 1, Hull 1. That's not a good result for me. Remember that dare I have to do if Hull City do stay up. I don't fancy wearing that tiger print thong anytime soon. Thank you very much. Sunderland 1, West Ham 2, Watford 1, Swansea 0. And the game between Southampton and Manchester City kicks off at 5:30. In the Championship, one game to tell you about: Aston Villa 1, Reading 2. And a final score from League 1, Oldham 1, Bolton 0. As Tommy Glasgow is helped off the pitch. No change required as of yet. Glasgow has certainly done his bit today. It's going to be a Coventry United corner. Goes in from O'Grady, head away at the near post. And the chase is on between Hammond and Walker. Hammond won the chase and has given it to Jean Decory. Decory puts it out wide towards O'Grady, easily won by Bustin. Nathan Jones tries to start the counter-attack. Walker. Jones has gone down under a challenge from Decory, and the referee has given a foul rather belatedly to Tividale. It's going to be Criskinians to take the free kick. 15 yards inside Dale's half. Pushing everyone forward. I've got nothing to lose. Long ball from Criskinians, easy dealt with by Jean Decory. Punts it forward looking for Nduna, only finds Bustin. Walker avoids the challenge of Decory and Prinzel. Out wide to Nathan Jones. Jones puts it in, they'll go wide at the far post. As Dan Smith goes to the ground. Referee says nothing doing after a little shout from Smith. Ison, long ball forward towards Hammond. Beaten in the air, but it's come off the head of Stevens. Valance tries to keep it in. And a good slide by Tom Herdman. Put it out of play off the leg of Ben Valance. And it will be a throw to the Dale. As Herdman looks for an option. Looks like it's going to be a long throw. Towards the head of Gardner. Headed up by Glasgow. You have to win the ball back. Jules it away. Valance. Good pressure from Nathan Jones to win it back and put out of play once again off Valance by Herdman. And that rather chip pass by Craig Stevens to his teammates has ended up in the stand. So play is delayed for a little while as we get things going once again with Herdman's throw. Prinzel meets it. Gardner tries to put it upfield once again. Once again, Prinzel wins it in the air, but to put it forward. Liam Smith nods it on for his namesake Dan, but Dan Smith was on the floor. A little tussle with Jamie Coleman. United regain the ball in the centre circle. Prinzel's ball, looking for Scott Hammond. Hammond has just about shielded the ball from Herdman. Across goal, and Nduna is up rather than towards the goal, and an easy catch for Criskinians. A cleaner contact would have surely meant it was 2-0. As Criskinians puts it out of play so that Dan Smith can receive some treatment. Sorry, that's Liam Smith actually. So Liam Smith in some discomfort. I was going to say it's a good job it isn't Dan Smith. He's probably been their best player so far. And talking of best players, you've got 15 minutes to get in touch with us regarding our man of the match. At Cov Matchday on Twitter is the place to do it. So the score after 22 second half minutes is Tividale 0, Coventry United 1. Muzzy and Nduna's strike is the difference so far. As we wait to get things underway with a Coventry United throw. Liam Smith is going to get back on his feet now. As there are a few discussions going around on the bench involving the captain Carl Gardner and the Tividale manager. And it doesn't look great for Liam Smith, I have to say. I think we're going to be looking at Tividale's first enforced change of the match. And indeed, yes, the referee is signaling to the bench. He needs to go off. So sadly, that is the end of Liam Smith's day, and a real shame because he has been a credit to his team today. A real blow for the already relegated Dale. But from looking at this team today, you would not think that these lads have conceded 100 goals and scored the joint fewest in the league and are already relegated. You wouldn't say that this is a team that are bottom of the league. And there is going to be a change. Liam Smith has come off. He's been withdrawn from the field. We're waiting to see who's going to replace him. The referee is going to allow play to resume whilst the change is being made. Walker flicks it on only as far as Rob Prinzel. Forward towards Scott Hammond. Ball shielded by Stevens. Hammond still tries to win it back. It will be a goal kick. Good work by Hammond, and the change is now being made. So as you can probably tell, it is Liam Smith coming off. I'll say coming off, he's already off, so it's basically a matter of putting a player on rather than taking one off. As we wait for the number to be shown, I think that's number 14. And I can tell you that number 14 is Jake Brigdale. Chris Gideons with a kick. Prince will meet it in the air. Now Muzzy and Duna. A challenge by Craig Stevens. Seems to catch Muzzy and Duna. Referee is unimpressed, but Nduna is staying down as Tividale continue the attack. Ison intercepts. Now Rob Prinzel, and I think they're asking Prinzel to put it out of play, which he duly does. Nduna certainly caught by Craig Stevens. Stevens making sure that Nduna is okay, and once again the physio is being called over. I think we're going to see a fair chunk of added time at the end of the second half. So we have seen 2 changes apiece. We have Muzzy and Nduna taken off in the first 15 minutes of the first half. He's replaced by Jean de Corey. Now the second change of the game was taken by Tividale, who replaced Liam Smith with Jake Brigdale. As Muzzy and Duna receive some treatment, hopefully it won't threaten his game, but they are getting a substitute ready. There's only one substitute that they can use. That is Ryan McQuanje, the Coventry United under-21s. Nduna is coming off the pitch, but we believe only for a brief moment. Of course, United's goal scorer, and as it stands, match winner. As Tividale are going to throw the ball back to Coventry United after the injury break, and Nduna is back on the pitch rather swiftly. So according to the watch, we have 20 minutes of normal time left. O'Grady was striking from range, and he nearly caught Chris Gideons out. He wasn't expecting that one, but it was a fine save from the Tividale shot stopper. Well, you don't score if you don't shoot. And it was a cracking effort from O'Grady. Smith. Nathan Jones. Tividale forced back towards the halfway line, but he's managed to get past both Valance and Prinzel, but a shove in the back, blatant free kick. Ben Valance penalised for the foul on Nathan Jones, and it will be a Dale set piece on the right hand side of the United penalty area. It's certainly not game, set and match at the moment. Plenty of time for an equaliser, maybe even a winner from Tividale. Jones's delivery towards the far post, headed towards goal, and a good catch by Rich Morris. And immediately clears the danger. Jones tries to find Herdman on the right hand side, but he's beaten to the ball by Hammond. Good work from Hammond to keep the ball alive for Coventry United. Now Prinzel, and Nduna wants it. Chip ball towards the left hand side, and Nduna will keep it in. Real chance for Coventry United with Muzzy and Nduna if he can cut in. It's still Nduna. Still Nduna. Still Nduna, and O'Grady couldn't get clean contact on it, but Muzzy and Nduna across the face of goal. And it goes out of play for a goal kick, but 2 brilliant chances for Coventry United. O'Grady just couldn't get a clean contact on the ball right in front of the goal line. And Nduna tried one with a header, but sadly it flashed straight across the net and out of play. But United certainly not settling for a 1-goal lead. Decory shields the ball well from Dan Smith. Coleman puts it out wide towards Scott Hammond. He just beats Herman to the ball, but the touch from Hammond takes it into the path of Stevens. Prinzel loses out in the midfield to Dan Smith. Nathan Jones, crucial challenge made by Jamie Coleman. Now Prinzel tries to lift it over Herdman, but Herdman gets his chest to it and puts it out of play off the leg of Ben Valance. A tried and tested trick from Herdman. And it'll be a throw once again to Tividale. Still plenty of time, 15 minutes for the league's bottom place team to get something from this match. You certainly wouldn't put it out of the question. And a slight challenge by Jean de Corey takes out Dan Smith. Free kick right on the byline. A big opportunity now for Tividale from the right hand side of the penalty area. It's virtually a corner routine around 5 yards further forward. Well, it's going to be Nathan Jones again. Just the 2 men back for Tividale. They want this equaliser. The United are pushing everyone except for Muzzy and Duna back, trying to defend this lead. Whistle blows. It's Jones. It's punched clear by Rich Morris. Hartley tries to put it back into danger. It was a poor ball, and it's brought back to Coventry United by Josh O'Grady. Valance chips it over the defender for Scott Hammond. The bounce is awkward. And he's blocked up by Herbert, but Hammond has got to the ball. Great work from the Coventry United left winger. And it's put out for a corner kick by Herdman. Fantastic work from Hammond. Certainly a contender for our man of the match, which we'll be naming in 5 minutes' time. So let us know on Twitter at CovMatchday who you think should be our Coventry United Matchday man of the match. Doesn't have to be a United player, could be a player from either side. Another corner for United. It's Josh O'Grady to whip it in towards Jamie Coleman. Over the head of Coleman, head away. But Hammond puts that wide once again to O'Grady. Can he get the delivery in? Good hold up play. Hammond swipes through. Valance back to Hammond. Prinzel takes it forward. It's blocked by Muzzy and Duna. And Walker finishes the job. DeCory's got to deal with this one and manages to clear before the substitute Jake Brigdale could get onto the loose ball. It would have been a clean run towards the goal. Gardner. Walker. Hartley wants it out wide. And Hartley gets it out wide. Holds up, waiting for an option. Now it's Carl Gardner, the skipper. Ball to the air, head away by Valance, and Glasgow will deal with this one. Josh O'Grady, Hammond wants it out wide. O'Grady strides forward, tries to put the through ball forward for Muzzy and Duna. Half dealt with by Watts, and it will be fully dealt with by Dara Buston. But once again, it's a poor clearance, only as far as the United player. DeCory missed the initial ball, but Iceland gives it to him again. And Duna shrugs Walker to the floor. Free kick to Tividale. Terry Anderson trying to rally the troops ahead of one last push for victory. Live coverage of this Midland League Premier Division match between Tividale and Coventry United with me, Liam Cook, here on Coventry United Matchday live on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the like button if you are enjoying the coverage. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to Coventry United Matchday on YouTube for more exclusive football content. And of course, follow us on Twitter at CovMatchday. Prinzel caught up by 2 challenges. But United still able to get the ball back. Hammond puts it through for Ben Vance. Plenty of space to utilise down the left wing. It's Valance, poor cross. And Stevens will deal with it. He sprints away, Richard Keogh style for any Coventry City fans listening. DeCory, down line for Vance. Again, plenty of time and space for the left back to utilise. Once again, it's a poor delivery. That's pushed the arm of Stevens, and that's a penalty. Well, Tividale are pleading with the referee. There's no doubt about it. It rolled up onto the arm of Craig Stevens. And Tommy Glasgow marches towards the penalty spot to put this game beyond all doubt. It's Glasgow versus Criskinians. 2-0 Coventry United. Powerful strike towards Glasgow's left into the bottom corner. Penalties don't get better than that. Tividale 0, Coventry United 2. And with just 11 minutes of normal time to go, you have to think that is good night Vienna for Tividale. And their 3-month and 1-day wait for for a league victory continues. Well, there, we're going to go for it. We're going to try and get something out of this game. It's going to be difficult now. United, they're going to go for the third. Moodim strides down that right-hand side. No one's stopping him. Unduna in the centre, blocked by the back of Watts. Moodim regains the ball. A few step-overs. He tries to get the ball in. And it's put it out of play off the foot of Watts for a Coventry United corner. We name our Coventry United Matchday Man of the Match next time the ball goes out of play. O'Grady's corner. Moodim. Moon tries to get the cross in, easily dealt with by Nathan Jones. But once again, Decore picks up the loose ball under pressure from Smith behind. Shrugs off that challenge. Decore tries to put it through. No one there apart from Dara Bustin, who plays it back to Luke Kriskinians between the sticks. Glasgow pats it forward to Josh O'Grady. Unduna releases O'Grady on the right hand side. Hammond's waiting in the box, as is Unduna. It's Josh O'Grady still going, tugged to the floor. Referee says no. Well, it was clearly pulled down. Well, I've got to say, I think Coventry United really should have had a second penalty there. It's a poor decision from the referee. And Decore is blocked off from getting the ball by Nathan Jones. Well, we're now going to name our Coventry United Matchday Man of the Match. He's won everything in the air. He's been a credit to United in the midfield. It's got to be Coventry United's number 10, Rob Prinzel. But I'll tell you something, Scott Hammond, United's number 11, wasn't far away. It was a very tough choice. Valance nods it forward, only into the chest of Smith. Brigdale tries to release Jones down that left wing. It was a wayward pass and it will go out for Coventry United's throw. With just 8.5 minutes of normal time left, I would assume there's going to be a fair bit of added time, as United are going to make their final change as Ryan Makwanje makes his way onto the pitch. Who's going to come off? Are United ready to make the change yet? Yes, they are, and it is Scott Hammond. And Hammond, like the honest lad that he is, tries to sprint over from the far touchline over to the dugout. Terry Anderson and Luke Moore saying, no, there's no point in sprinting, just walk. We're 2-0 up, we've only got about 8 minutes left, just walk, save your legs. The referee's saying, okay, come on now, move it. And Ryan Makwanje does make his way off the pitch. It's an under 21 for an under 21. As Hammond makes his way off after a very impressive first league start for Coventry United after a few sub-appearances. I've got a feeling it certainly won't be the last for this young man. Throwing taken and out for another one for Coventry United, around 10 yards further forward. Well, we said at half-time that we hope we'd see a second-half revival like we saw at Spinks Drive back in November between these two sides. We've certainly seen one. Unfortunately for the Dale, it's been all Coventry United. Tividale haven't had a single shot on goal in this second half, apart from a rather weak header. O'Grady. Glasgow. Decore, now it's Unduna, flicked up, loses out to Gardner, but it's brought it back to Josh O'Grady. Still O'Grady, forced out wide, still with the ball, it's O'Grady, trying to steady himself for a shot. And he's just let that one get away from him. Coleman nods it forward, Prinzel nods it on, tried to find O'Grady, but O'Grady was out of position. And Stevens will let that one go back to Kriskinians between the sticks for Tividale, cleared by Herdman. Brigdale tries to find Hartley on the right side. It's gone out of play for a throw to Coventry United. So just 6 minutes of normal time to go as Craig Stevens tries to rally the troops ahead of one final push for Tividale. Prinzel plays it back to Rich Morris, who thankfully hasn't had too much to do between the sticks of Coventry United today. That form of his still rather sore after some ligament damage a couple of weeks ago. Valance puts it through the legs of Hartley. Makwanji. Glasgow. Back to the substitute, Ryan Makwanji. Great run here by Makwanji, brought down from behind by Gardner. Rather unsympathetic look from Gardner. As there's a slide challenge from behind, the referee's going to have a word. I think it's going to be a booking. And it is. Carl Gardner is going to go in the book. Quick decision from the referee. As we approach the final 5 minutes at the Beaches. In the end, a comfortable 3 points it appears for Coventry United. Of course, things can change. O'Grady. And Duna flicked it up rather than forward. And he's lost out now to Walker. Hartley strides down the right-hand side. Glasgow does well to try and cover him off. 1-2 between Walker and Hartley. But Glasgow once again gets his foot in there and takes it away. Prinzel dodges two Tividale challenges. O'Grady couldn't dodge one, unfortunately. And it's going to be Tom Herman to get it away now. Brigdale. Walker. Handball claims against Walker. Referee doesn't want to know. Of course, handballs have come back to haunt Tividale in this match. Here's Makwanji. Good challenge by Herdman. Holds it up well. Hartley. Back to Herdman. Space on the right for Hartley to run into. And Hartley's got the ball now. Past Makwanji. Makwanji shoving the back of Elliot Hartley. And that is going to be a free kick just inside the Dale half. They're going to take it inside their own half. And it's going to be across to Bustin. Now Nathan Jones seems to have switched wings. Field by Gardner. Moodham got a block in it, but still found its way to Walker. Walker. Tried to find Jones, but a rather powerful pass. Rebounds off the leg and goes to Decory. Valance to O'Grady. Now it's Makwanji on the left-hand side. Tries to put it through for Ben Valance. And it's clipped off the leg of Elliot Hartley for a Coventry United throw. There's going to be a fair bit of added time as Carl Gardner makes his way off the pitch. And coming on is going to be the number 15, which is Matt Preston. So both sides have now made two changes. Tividale have got the luxury of making a third outfield change if they want to. United have only got goalkeeper Jack Tregartha on the bench now. After bringing on Makwanji and Decory. Balances throw. Josh O'Grady. Glasgow. O'Grady again. Got Preston behind and quickly releases the ball to Pierre Moodham. Tries to find Muzzy Nduna. Just about sliding a save by Muzzy Nduna. It's Moodham again. Switches to the right hand side where Jean Decory is waiting. O'Grady. Tividale doing well to just block off the United approach. Makwanji lets the ball run and spins away from the challenge and dodges another one from Hartley. Still going Makwanji and dodges another one from Tom Herman. He lets it go out for a throw to Coventry United. Great work there from Ryan Makwanji, another under-21 player promoted to the senior team for today. And Glasgow is going to leave that one for Ben Valance. United got plenty of time to utilise. Plays a 1-2 with Glasgow. Valance plays it back to Coleman. He's got to be careful with Brigdale behind him. Valance. Glasgow. Back into defence with Lewis Ison. Less than 2 minutes of normal time to go. Decory, lets that one run beautifully for Pierre Moodham. O'Grady. It's Makwanji, lets it run too far, but the clearance smacks straight into Ryan Makwanji's nose. But on the plus side, it's kept the move alive for United for a short while after Rob Prinzel's pass was deflected into the path of a Tividale man. But the punt upfield has gone out for a Coventry United throw. The second half has been comfortable for the Red and Greens. But credit to Tividale. Their performance certainly improved on their league position. They're not going to be playing each other next season unless it's in the cup. As Nduna goes through, he's offside. It would have been one-on-one with Kriskinians. And that move ends via the linesman's flag on the far side. Herdman, as we enter the final 30 seconds of normal time. Makranje puts it out for a throw around 5 yards into United's territory. Herdman, easily dealt with by Van, straight onto his head. Prinzel only finds Herdman. Play back into the fence with Craig Stevens. Watts, heavy first touch, nearly gave the ball straight back to Muzzy and Nduna. Here's Bustin, forward ball, and once again just out of play for a throw to Coventry United. He was looking for Jake Brigdale, but the execution did not mirror the intention. Ison to Glasgow. Tried to turn out of the challenge from Nathan Jones, but didn't have enough time. Look, he did put it out of play for a Coventry United throw off the leg of Jones. Some of the fans are making their way into the clubhouse for a post-match pint. Decory, deflected pass, and Rob Prindle tries to catch Kriskinians out of guard, and well, he certainly did. It wasn't going into the net, but it should have been a simple gather there for Kriskinians. He's let it go through his hands and out for a corner kick. Well, to be fair to Kriskinians, he's had a good game today. And a rare error from the Tividale shot stopper resulted in a corner kick and a chance for Coventry United to add a third goal to their collection. They're not taking any chances. They're keeping 3 men back. They've got no need to go after a third. But 3-0 certainly looks better than 2-0 on the score sheet. It's put in by Josh O'Grady. It's over the goalkeeper, over the defenders, and out for a goal kick as it curls round the far post. 1 minute of added time already gone. I'd say, given the amount of injuries, I'd say about 4 minutes will still be played. Of course, I could be wrong. Unfortunately, in the Midland League Premier Division, for this season at least, there are no electronic scoreboards to let us know how much added time there is. I have put my memo forward to the MFL chairman. Hopefully we will get some next season, but no promises. Decory plays it back to Ison at centre-back for Coventry United. Long ball forward, and Nduna nods it on. No one there apart from Kriskinians. We'll be going through the full-time scores after the final whistle here at the Beaches. Valance gets up and heads it to Rob Prinzel. Prinzel long ball towards Nduna. Good chest control by Craig Stevens to keep the ball alive for Tividale. Out wide to Bustin. Tries to find Smith. Smith lets it run. Here's Brigdale and puts it through. Nathan Jones offside. As he set it himself with a shot. It was blocked anyway by Lewis Ison, but it was a great set-up play by Nathan Jones, who has been one of the more creative players for the Dale today. Creativity which unfortunately has been lacking in the last 45 minutes. So the score remains at Tividale 0, Coventry United 2. Muzzy and Nduna's strike in the second half, followed by a Tommy Glasgow penalty. Give the red and greens a comfortable advantage, which they should see out. And of course, this is the Midland League Premier Division. Anything can happen. Prinzel nodded on. Out for a Coventry United throw, around 5 yards away from the penalty area. So United, to be fair to them, are not accepting a 2-0 win. They're going after every goal they can get, and who can blame them? So if you're enjoying today's coverage, don't forget you can catch us on Bank Holiday Monday for a special Easter edition of Coventry United Match Day, the final match for Coventry United as the home team at Spinks Drive against Loughborough Students. We're going to be starting the programme at 2:30 in the afternoon for a 3 p.m. kickoff as we go through some of your favourite Spinks Drive moments ahead of United's move to the Butts Park Arena next season. So make sure you don't miss that. Bank Holiday Monday, 2:30 p.m, live on YouTube. Coventry United versus Loughborough Students right here on Coventry United Match Day. as we come towards the end of today's game against Tividale. Walker finds Brigdale in plenty of space on the right, but he's offside. And that was a real shame. He could have allowed himself a couple of extra yards back. He had all the space in the world. Valance and McQuanche were nowhere near. We've had 4.5 minutes of added time. There should only be another 30 seconds. As Morris gets set to hoof this one away. There it goes. Taunton doing a little shove in the back there by Herdman. Referee didn't see it, and it's going to go out for a Tividale goal kick. Chris Gideon's ready to blast this one clear of his 6-yard box. McQuanche wins it back, and the pass by the substitute goes straight into the face of Tommy Glasgow. And the referee has called play back for a, I believe it's a free kick for offside. But no, I think it's, was it a push? I'm not sure. I didn't see the flag go up. Chris Gideon to take the free kick into the 6th minute of added time. And the referee calls a halt to proceedings here at the Beaches. The 3-month wait for a victory continues for already relegated Tividale, who put in a good performance today, certainly better than their league position would entail. But Coventry United in the end, in the second half, just too strong for their opponents. Muzzy and Duna's deflected strike, along with a penalty from Tommy Glasgow, giving the Red and Greens a deserved 3 points. The final score, Tividale 0, Coventry United 2. And that will bring today's coverage here on match day to an end. We're going to go through the full-time scores from the Premier League and the Championship in just a short while. But please do join us on this Bank Holiday Monday for the final match for Coventry United as the home team at Spinks Drive. They host Loughborough Students. We're going to be kicking off the show at 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Ahead of a 3 p.m. kickoff, we'll be sharing some of your favourite Spinks Drive Coventry United moments, so make sure to tune in for that. Set it in your diary, folks. We're going to be right here on YouTube live from 2:30 p.m. for Coventry United versus Loughborough Students as we say farewell to Spinks Drive. Let's get some scores now from the Premier League. Final scores: Tottenham Hotspur 4, Bournemouth 0 and Everton 3, Burnley 1. The current scores: Crystal Palace 2, Leicester 2, Stoke 3, Hull City 1, Sunderland 2, West Ham 2, Watford 1, Swansea 0. And the game between Southampton and Manchester City kicks off in about half an hour. And one game in the Championship still going on: Aston Villa 1, Reading 3. And that will do us here on Coventry United Match Day with Liam Cook. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, it really does mean a lot to have your company. And after a pretty turbulent 24 hours, smiles are put back on the faces of Coventry fans everywhere. From me, Liam Cook, have a wonderful Easter. I'll see you on Monday as we say goodbye to Spinks Drive.